will go ahead and talk about parameters, slicer, and filters. Right? Though we kind of covered some designer portion of slicers. Today we'll see that how exactly they work. Right? What we were talking about, like the differences between filter and slices. So we'll implement that also.
Okay.
Okay. So let me create. Okay. Let me just connect to the data first of all. So maybe I can just go ahead and connect to SQL Server. So recent connections, this one. Will select to my table. So I'll go here. I want to take the, huge records. So far the dataset which I was selecting, they were 10,000 records or very few records. This one has around 3-4 lakh of records. So let's see. Okay, I'll just go ahead and load it. Let's see, because ultimately I need the data there. So okay, so it's asking whether I want to import or maybe I want to use a direct query. I'll leave it as a, let's import it first of all. Right, so this is your data wherein you have stored number, you have address, city, state, zip code, latitude, longitude, and country and region type. So this information you have over here. Right. Now, what I'll do, in order to, like, as I said, that we'll talk about all three: parameter, parameter, filter, and slices. So, likewise, I said, your filter, you will apply only in this filter pane. Over there, you have three options: filter on this visual, filter on this page, and then filter on all the pages. So only these three options you got for filter. But as soon as you kind of drag a slicer, right? So the sync slicer option, what we mentioned yesterday, uh, as a part of your view tab, that gives option to kind of sync your slicer in the selected sheets, right? So you can have your slicer working on multiple sheets. But the third one, what we are talking about, is the parameter that is available only to the developer. What I mean, these filters and slicers can are implemented for end users, so that end users can go and interact with the data. They can filter out, they can select, they can see some data whatever they want. But this parameter is only for developers. When I say only for developers, which means this will only be available in Power BI desktop environment. As soon as you publish this into web environment, for end users these parameters will not be available, right? So for end users, you can say whatever you're doing parameter, it's a kind of hard coded thing. The data will be restricted for them. So for end users, they cannot do anything with parameter. It's only the developer who will do it, right? Now how parameter works, so in order to see that, see over here, as of now there is no parameter in my database or in the Power BI desktop. So that's why I can see this option called new parameter, right? So either I can click on new parameter over here, or I can go to data transformation tab, and from there I can again get the same option or similar option. So if I go here to data and home, and from here you'll see again you got edit parameter and edit variable, but these are grayed out right now. You cannot use it because you cannot edit a parameter until unless you create it. That's why it is grayed out. As soon as you will have one parameter in your data model, then only this will be enabled, right? Now why I'm talking about parameter with filter and slices, so filter and slicer help end user to filter their data, but parameter helps only to developer to filter their data at the source level, right? So let's go ahead. I'll first of all go to transformation, and over here under manage parameters, I'll just add one parameter. So I'll say new parameters. So as soon as we do new parameter, this is the screen what we get. And over here, you can name your parameter. So your parameter can be of, again, because it is filtered, so it needs to map with a particular field. So for example, let me, okay. So we got several fields. Okay, let's put it on region field, right? So what I will do, I'll just create new parameters and will name it as region parameter or param. You can put description whichever you want. Now the kind of parameter you are using, you need to give the data type. So over here it's a region that is going to be the text or string. So I'll be using the same. I'll mark it as text, and then suggested values I can give list of values. So I would like to give over here, let's say north, south, east, west. Now out of these values I can mark any of the value as, you know default value. So maybe let's say north, if I select over here, I can make north as a default value, and let's say make current value also as a north, right? So this is the way wherein I have entered the values. But let's say if you want to follow some other mechanism, so over here any value means it will not ask anything right now. It will ask only on at the runtime. And query means you can get the list of states or regions from some other query. So that option you also have. You can write some query over here and get all your values. Okay. So I'll go with list of values at this moment. We'll click on OK. So this is the parameter which got created over here, and it has all the values as a drop down, so I can select any of these values, right? In case you go to manage parameter, the same screen will appear again. Over here you can see the current parameter. You can add a new parameter also from here, right? Any question in terms of adding a parameter? All right. So the parameter is ready, but it is not linked with our data. So I need to link this with our data so that I can filter out the required records, right? So for that, I'll just go ahead to my test summary, and over here, because I selected it on region, what I will do, I'll go to region, and then over here I'll apply the filter, right? So these are the values. I'll say apply filter, and we'll say maybe equals to. Then you get this pop-up that's similar to what you used to get in Excel for filter, like contains. You have all those things. Equal, does not, begin with, does not begin with, ends with, contains, does not contain. And over here like ABC, right? If it is ABC means which you can type anything over here. You can type your value, right? But if you click on this ABC, you get parameters also. You can create new parameter from here, or you can use the existing parameters also. So if I select parameter, I'm going to get the value of my parameter, that is region parameter. You'll get the list of all the parameters, and then you need to select whichever you want to use. So let's say if I say region parameter and click OK. So what will happen, because there was a default value of north, it shows only north value at this moment, right? If you go to, let's say, manage parameters, and over here, let's say if you change your value to south and click OK, data will get filtered for south. You need to refresh once you make the changes in the parameter. So there was no south region in the data, so it says the table is empty. Then let's say if I go ahead and select some other value, maybe east, and then refresh. Okay, again no value. West, refresh. Yeah, this time you got the data. So you see, like, you need to change the parameter value and then accordingly the data changes. So that is one way on the data model I'm doing. The same operation you can do it on visualization as well, right? What I mean, okay, let the query changes to be applied. Okay, so I'll just go to my visualization over here. Okay, and I'll remove the slicer for now. We'll create some visualizations. For example, let's say donut, I got states. Then we got, let's say, latitude, longitude. No, we don't have anything like that. Let's say count of some fields. Okay, so one is ready. And the second one is, okay, let me take zip codes. Fine. Then in third one, maybe I can take some other chart. For example, let's say this one. Okay, so let's say this one is the three charts what I have taken here. Now the thing which is happening, if you go to home and over here under transform data, you are getting edit parameter enabled now. So if you click here, you can again change the value. So if I select north, say apply changes. See, so the data is changing according to that parameter. Same goes with if I select some other value, maybe west, because east and south there was no data. If I do so, it won't show anything over here. Okay, apply changes. So because there was no data, everything is blank right now. Even map also is blank. There is no sign or no data elements. So I'll just go ahead again, select some value which is available, apply changes. Okay, so this is how the parameter works. Now let's say if I go here and apply filters. So as of now on filters, if you see, city is applicable and count of longitude is applicable. So what I'll do, I'll just maybe either remove this or maybe click on this not to show this filter. Only city filter, that is what I want. Let me add region onto all pages, and then we'll add state onto this particular page, right? So we have all type of filters on this visual, filters on this page, and then filter on all the pages. So we got all three type of filters. With this, Let me add one slicer as well. Um, okay, we'll take this slicers. Maybe I can put that here. Okay, and on this slicer, let's take some value, which, okay, over here, I have type. Okay, let's see what is there in the type. Two values are there, fs and mol. Okay, let's take that only. I'll change the type of slicer. So maybe we can take vertical, sorry, horizontal. So this is how it will appear. And further to this, maybe the responsiveness, correct. Then we can change further things like I don't want slicer header, or on all the items. Maybe I want to show some outlines or the frame, and obviously the color. So background, maybe I would like, okay, fine. Okay, fair enough. Any question as of now? Like creation of filter, parameter, and slicer. All three we have created here so far,
Yeah.
right? It's clear, right?
Yes, yes.
Okay. So what I'll do now, I'll just add one more. Let me add two more slides. Over here, let's say create a cross table, and on this cross table, sorry, it's a table. Now it's a cross table. So over here, rows, columns, and values. So cross table is like sorry, pivot table. We need to take all three things. So what I'll do on region I will take on columns, and then what I'll do, I'll take city on rows, state also I will take on columns. Let's see, because there is only one region at this moment. So let's take sorry, state on columns, and then we'll take some other fields like latitude, longitude on the values. I'm using this dimension as a value over here, so don't worry about that. That's why the aggregation which I'm using is like first, last, or count, whatever you want, you can use that. It's a dimension, but I'm using that as a measure at this moment. And you can take address also in the rows. Okay, so that's your table. Maybe if you want, you can change the style of this table so that it will look little better. Not that. Yeah, either this, or let's say what is there in the minimal. No, okay, fine. I'll just select the second one, bold header. Let's keep it this way. So that's your kind of cross table what we have created. All right. And then I'll go ahead and, okay, over here I'll name it as cross table. If you wish, you can take some more visualizations. So Fine. So one thing what we have created here on this particular chart, let me just drag random things. Okay, fine. So now, because on first tab, on the first page, I have created all the filters, all the, slicers. So if I go to page number 2, what you can see so far, there is no slicer as of now. But on the filter side, if you see, right, on filter on this page, you don't have anything as if now. The filter on this visual you can't see because I have not selected any visual. As soon as you select a visual, then you will get filter on this visual, right? If I don't select any visual, you don't get that option. But apart from that, filter on this page, there is nothing. But filter on all pages, you have a region already. The reason being, we got this region from the page number 1. We added filter on all pages over here. So that's why it will carry forward to all the pages. See, on the third page also, filter on pages, region is already there. But on the last 2 tabs, you don't find filters on this page because I didn't add anything, right? So maybe over here, if you wish, I can go ahead and add, let's say, state on filter on this page. And same goes with the cross table. Maybe I can add city for filter on this page. So our filters are there as required on all the pages. Parameter was already there. And now I'll add one more option. So the slicer, as I shown it to Avinash yesterday, like I can go to view and click on sync slicer to check where I want this to be applicable or where I want this to work. So like page 1, page 2 and cross table, all 3 tabs. So right now, because on page 1 I created the slicer so that this is already tick mark. What I can do is I may would like to kind of appear it on page 2 as well and applicable over there. But over here, let's say if you say I can uncheck it from page number 1 also. So it will go away as soon as I kind of implement this, right? So that is also possible. Like where we created, we can hide it from the same page. So uh, I'll say appear it on page number 2, but work on all 3 pages. That is what I want, right? So let's see. See, on page 2 also you can see it, and it will work on your page number cross table as well. I'm in the third page as well. Over here, because I just make that hidden, you see the slicer doesn't appear over here on the page number 1. Though we created that here, but it will not appear. The reason being it is hidden now. It will appear only on page number 2. You're getting right how to kind of customize this slicer? Any questions as of now? Ritesh, Avinash?
Fine, fine.
No, no, no.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now is I'll just go back to again sync slicers. We'll select that particular slicer and we'll mark it to appear it on page 1 as well because I kept that space, and then I'll publish this. So let me just go ahead and publish it. Okay, I just published this into my test, the test workspace. Okay, it's done. I'll just go ahead and see this. Okay, so under my test workspace, basically workspaces, then test workspace, and under this today's date, this 24, right? 624. That is what we created it just now. So I'll just click on this report. Now over here, if you see in your page, in your Power BI, you got 3 pages. So that's why it shows you all 3 pages list over here. Page 1, page 2, and cross table, right? And then you can close it if you want, right? I believe you would need that so that you can navigate. Now with that, if you see on page number 1, you have slicer and the filters. So filters on this page right now is state, and all the pages that is region. If you go to page 2, again you got slicer and the similar filter over here because I applied the same. But on cross table, you got city and region filter on all the pages. So you can select maybe your regions anywhere, and accordingly you will get the data. If you see, because this is the front page what you will get as a user if you are using Power BI, see over here there is no place for parameter until unless either you don't go into development or edit mode, or you are on Power BI desktop, you don't find parameters, right? So that's the kind of the difference what we have. uh, so whatever filters you apply, let's say for example on page 1 I select, let's say, mall. So accordingly the data, not only in this, because I applied the slicer on all 3 pages, the data in all 3 pages is going to change according to mall. So let's say if I select FS over here, the data will be different over here, right? So because I marked slicer to be kind of implemented or impact all others, so that's why it does that in a way, right? Any questions as of now for parameter slicer and filters? Avinash, Ritesh?
No, no. Yeah, no.
Okay, fine. So one more thing. Uh, I mean the problem what we came across, like I have these 3 pages. If I hide this, right, I may I may not know how to kind of go from one page to another. Do we have any kind of interaction or interactivity? I don't see anything right now. So we can build that. How? I'll just tell you. So I'll just go to Power BI desktop once more. I'll just hide all these things because I don't need. Okay, fair enough. So this is my page 1. This is page 2. This is page 3. What I'll do, I'll use some buttons, right? When I say buttons, I will use some button and features to kind of create a maybe as a hyperlink so that I can navigate from one page to another. So for that, let me, okay. What I'm going to do now, I'll just put 3 buttons over here. For buttons, you need to go to insert, and from here you can take your buttons, the type of buttons you want, right? If you want, let's say, left arrow, right arrow, reset, all these things, you can take any of these buttons. Or if you don't want any sign to appear there, you can take blank, right? Blank is also a button shape. So I'll just take that right now. Let me take it like this. right? And you can give any shape. I mean, any shape, height, width you want, or you can put it anywhere. Right now, I'm just putting it at the side of this page. So I'll just name it. If you just select it, see over here, the properties, it says button text. So I can go ahead and tell it as, let's say, page 1. My God, they started. Okay, so page 1. This is the page 2. Over here also, again, I will say page 2. Page 2. For this, I will mark it as page 3. Okay, and then let me just color this. So in order to color your page, I'll go ahead and let's say fill. Under fill, we'll say let's give some color. Okay, the same thing, fill. Here we go. Okay, so I took 3 buttons, put it on this page. Now, as of now, I have just given name and what do we call it as navigation. So basically, the next one is like action. Under action, if you go, you will find some option like what type of action you want. Is it the back, like go to back page, bookmark, drill through, page navigation, question answers, or web URL? Right now, I'm going to do as a page navigation. So if I do so, uh, from page 1 button, if I selected destination, I don't see page 1 actually because I'm already on page 1. So it shows only other 2 options. Let's I will leave it blank on page 1. Or maybe if I'm already on page 1, let's change the color. Maybe I can make it gray, right? Then on page 2, button, I'll just go ahead and mark action, and then so page 2, I want page navigation and will select page 2 over here. Got it? For page 3, I'll again go to mark action, say page navigation, and cross table, right? So for these two, I have set the navigation. What I'll do, I'll just copy all 3. Okay, let me just copy one. It's not letting me to copy all 3. Copy. On page 2 also, I will put it. Yes. And same goes with this page cross table. All right, so let me change it fast. Okay, so page number 2. Page 1, we are all good, right? Any questions here?
No.
Right. On page number 2, the first button, I'll just mark it as page 1. Then I'll go ahead and under actions, because I'm on page 2, so I will see page 1 now. For page 2, let me, okay, we are already on page 2. So under fill, I'll change the color for this. We'll mark it gray. Let me change the text as page 2. And for this page 3, I'll again go ahead and mark my action and mark it as page number cross table. Okay, fine. We are good there. Under cross tab, I'll just go ahead, page number 1. We'll type it 1. And under action, I'll link it to page number 1. For this, I need to link it to page number 2. And for color, sorry, font, I'll just mark it 2. For page number 3, on this particular, because we are already on page number 3, so I'll just do it none. And for fill, I'll change the color to gray because we are already on page number 3. So this we are done. Over here, page number 2, I don't think we need any action. And over here on page number 1, I don't think we need any action. Okay, so you understood, right? On each page, if I'm on that particular page, I have just grayed that out. That's a design what I have created. What I'll do now, let's say if I just go ahead and right click and mark it hide page. Go here and mark it hide page, right? So you see there is an eye icon which appeared with a cross eye, which means this sheet is hidden. So what I mean is, if I go to home page, publish it, save to my text workspace, replace the old file. And now if I go there and see this, okay, so the very first thing, you don't see the multiple pages over here. As earlier you were getting like page 1, page 2, cross table and all. Now you don't get that option. Another thing, on bottom also you don't see all the pages. Only page 1 is there. Even if you click here, you get only one page, right? You got all the visualization over here and one page. Over here, page 1, if you just maybe hover your mouse, it's only arrow sign. It's not, it doesn't look like hyperlink because what I did, I turned the action off on this button, right? Your filters will work fine the way you want it to work. Whatever you select, accordingly your map and everything is going to work fine. For any, for a particular moment, let's say you want to just change or go to page number 2, select this, you'll go to page 2. All filters will work like that. If you want to apply filters, they will work here. And page 2, nothing will happen. Page 1 you can go, page 3 you can go. If you select page 3, it will be like this. Page 1, page 2 you have hyperlink, but page 3 you don't have any hyperlink, right? Any question in this implementation?
No.
Right? So it's a kind of navigation what you have created using buttons, and within on top of button you can apply more features apart from going to from one sheet to another.
Mhm.
Right? And then I mean generally on dashboards it is required. So with that we saw like how filters, parameters, all these things are working. Right? Any questions?
No, maybe we'll try it once.
Right? So yeah, try it for sure because it is kind of must have functionality on dashboards. So you would need it once you start working on the dashboards. Fine. Yeah. All right then. So I think that is what I wanted to cover today. We'll meet again tomorrow at the same time. I mean, not sure whether we'll get 1 hour or 2 hours. but let's do that because I was getting number of pings. Now I need to jump on this. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right then. Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks.
Yep. Bye bye.
Yeah, bye bye.